Hi everyone, welcome to our latest video where we attempt to find a lost squatter settlement on the island of Chau. Although virtually uninhabited for most of Hong Kong's existence, the island of Chau has been very close to the center of Hong Kong's development. The oldest known building on the island is the Hung Shing Temple, built around 1770. Although it has been much improved and enlarged since then. Hung Shing was originally a Tang Empire official who established an observatory to warn people of natural disasters, and was thus popular with the fishing community. The story goes that there was a man named Chan Yuting who lived in a place called Little Hong Kong. This would probably be what is now called the Old Village of Wong Chuk Hang. Chan prospered and erected a small shrine to Hung Shing on Chau in thanks, and in 1888 the temple was significantly enlarged. By this time, there was a small village built on the north shore of Chau, with the boat people having a presence on the eastern shore. Personally, I like the late 19th century Temple of the Water Moon better, just because it has a cool name. Like many places in Hong Kong, Chau saw a population boom after the Second World War, with most working in the shipyards and small factories, almost all of which are gone now, replaced by redevelopment and reclamation, which is what we call it when we fill in the sea to create more flat land. However, I did notice something to the south of Lei Tung Estate. Today, this is an industrial zone filled with factory buildings, luxury furniture shops, and a private kitchen or two, or so I'm told. But until the late 1980s, when the last of the major squatter settlements were being cleared, this was a beach with a small stream cutting through it. Beachfront property with a fresh water source? Sure enough, when I checked the government maps, it portrayed not only the ruins of a residence, but also small plots of land that would have been used for agriculture, probably a small subsistence garden to supplement the squatters' meager food supply. To get there, you need to find the service road that leads up to one of the freshwater reservoirs, and keep your eye out for one of the paths through what is now overgrown vegetation and nature. Anti-landslide and slope work has been carried out in the area with these huge nets designed to stop rockfall, with concrete access paths snaking their way through the site. I'm now at the westernmost ruin according to the map, but there's not much left, just a few bits of concrete and a fallen pillar. The former garden is now littered with industrial debris. Let's go toward the stream and see if we have anything more interesting. Now this is fantastic. The stream probably has much less flow now, and there's no trace of the structure supposed to be on the left, but look at the rocks piled up to create the bank. I've often seen these in mountain villages, where villagers pile up these stones to create a bit of flat land to grow crops on. Whoever lived here also put in the time and effort to improve their standard of living. It also appears that others who found this area have been having a much better time than I have. Aha! Here we have something. It looks like at least one of the ruins marked on the map still has significant remains. Although the popular image of squatter huts is ramshackle wood walls and corrugated tin roofs, many squatters tried to improve their living space as best they could. Many would save and use some of their meager wages to buy some powdered cement. And with this water source, it would not have been all that difficult to build your own walls and foundations. There's a path along the stream following the line of terraces. Terraces would have provided flat land for either living or growing crops. There are quite a few interesting things here. What is this? Some kind of giant bird cage? A lot of vegetation is blocking my advance. Most of these are dead growth from strangle vines and are easily cleared with a stroke of my Gerber machete. I particularly like this model because of the saw teeth on the back. As I make my way further up the stream, there's more evidence of cultivation. Land had been flattened and stabilized with rocks to make terraces for growing, and there are small paths here near a secondary stream, which I'm currently standing in. If it was originally a path leading to more terraces, that would explain why some of these slabs are obviously made of cement. Speaking of cement, here's something cool. The inhabitants made a little pool for themselves. The sides are typical cheap cement, but does the job. It just needs to be cleaned out and maybe something done about the mosquitoes. Oh my lord. Is that a skull? It is. It's a boar skull, I think. What in the world? I saw some boar here the other day. This one looks to be a teenager, I suppose. Too big for a young juvenile, too small for a full adult. I wonder what happened. Did it fall and get injured or eat something poisonous? Oh, what's this? This, I think, is part of the jawbone. Detached and washed a bit downstream. I guess I'll put it back. Right by the skull is this rope that goes up to somewhere. Probably the main road, or I think some old guy has a garden in here somewhere. Anyway, leave this for another day. So there we have it, a tiny squatter hamlet being retaken by nature. I think it would make a nice cooling off spot in the summer, except for the mozzies. Just needs to be cleaned up, instead of serving as a trash dump for forgotten items. Perhaps some future explorer could make that their mission. It's hard to believe that this silent little grove is just a few hundred meters away from a housing estate filled with tens of thousands of people. As for me, now I need to try and find a way down from here. Ah, cool. Looks like someone's been climbing up here. There's another rope, and it seems the stairs are built on top of an older staircase. So all I need to do is traverse a slippery series of ladders and sheer drops to get back to the main road. Lovely. If you enjoyed this video, please consider flicking the like and subscribe buttons. Special thanks to my supporters. You give me the encouragement to get out there and get material to grow the channel. Bye!
A shoe. Every time, a shoe.